Let's begin in a comfortable seat. Begin to notice your breathing, how the inhale feels coming through your nose, and the exhale warm in your throat. And let's bring our hands together in prayer in the front of our chest and set an intention for this practice. A word or a phrase, something to come back to every time your hands return to this position. And then inhale, reach the arms straight above your head. And exhale, drop your right arm down, bending over, reaching the left arm long. Rotating the chest up towards the sky. Inhale back to center. And exhale, drop the left arm down. Right arm reaches overhead, stretching long. Twisting the chest open. And then inhale back up to center. And exhale, twist to the right side. Just a gentle twist here, beginning to warm up the spine. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center, reaching the arms tall overhead, and then exhale for a seated forward fold. Walking the hands out in front of you. Again, being gentle here, we're just beginning. Inhale, walk your hands back up. And then exhale into a tabletop position. Hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Good. And then let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling and dropping the stomach, lifting the chest and the head. And then exhaling, rounding the spine, dropping the head. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. And exhale, spine curves, head drops. Continue moving like this at your own breath. And feeling free to take any other movements that might feel good. If you want to do some hip circles or some side stretches here. And then after your next exhale, come and find a neutral spine. And next we'll find bird dog. So lift your right arm up and reach it out in front of you, and then lift your left leg back and reach it long behind you. Reach through both ends, all the way through the fingertips and all the way through the heel of the foot. And then exhale and lower your arms and legs back down. Inhale. The left arm comes up and the right leg goes back, engaging the abs and reaching long through both ends. Keep looking down, and then exhale, back down to the ground. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back, and exhale, back to the center. Inhale, the left arm up and the right leg back, and exhale, back down. Once more, inhale the right arm up and the left leg back, and exhale back down. Inhale the left arm up and the right leg back, and exhale back down. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. It's the first down dog of the day. So feel free to pedal out the feet, or maybe wag the hips side to side. Really just taking time to open up the calves and wake up the shoulders. And then inhale and look towards the top of your mat. And exhale, step to the front. Forward folds. Hang on here for a little bit. Keeping a deep bend in the knees, just beginning to warm up the hamstrings, but lifting those hips up to the sky and letting the head hang loose. And then on your next inhale, roll slowly up to stand and meet me in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale and lift your arms up to the sky, reaching long, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back to plank, hands directly under your shoulders, and then exhale, tilt forward and move through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and look towards the top of your mat, and exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale and rise up, sweeping your arms up overhead, and exhale your hands in prayer to heart center, repeating that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Inhale and sweep the arms up overhead, reaching long, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins or thighs, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank, and exhale, tilt forward and then lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest opens, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and look towards the front of your mat, and exhale, step or hop your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, sweeping the arms up overhead, and exhale your hands in prayer to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, spine reaches long, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back to plank, and exhale, take your vinyasa. Inhale and look towards the top of your mat, and exhale, step or hop your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, reaching long, and then exhale your hands in prayer to heart center, repeating that intention once again. Breathe. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale yourself into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back, and exhale, step it forward between your hands, low lunge. Keep the hips square here, and lift up through the hips, don't let them sink down. Good. Inhale up into high lunge, reaching tall through those fingertips, lifting up through the hips and keeping a bend in your front knee. Good. And then on your next inhale, straighten that front leg, scooch the back leg in a step, and then fold forward over that front leg for pyramid pose. Now, this is an intense stretch to start the day off with, so be accepting of wherever your hands land at this point in time. If it's not the ground, it's your shin, or maybe your thigh. Wherever you reach, breathe into that stretch, and then exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Now inhale back into high lunge, scooting the back foot back, reaching up tall through those fingertips. Breathe here. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down, low lunge. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale your left leg up and back. And then exhale, step it forward between your hands. Low lunge. Again, lifting through the hips while keeping the bend in your front knee and opening that chest up. Good. Inhale up into high lunge. Reaching tall through those fingertips. Bending through the front knee, lifting through the back knee. Good. And then on your next inhale, straighten the front leg, scoot the back leg in a step, and then exhale, fold over the front leg for pyramid. Again, noticing the difference between this side and the other side. Seeing if this side is a little more flexible than the other, or if it's a little more stiff. But accepting where it is either way and breathing into the pose. Keep your hips square here. They should not be pulling apart. And then inhale back into high lunge, scooting that back leg back, bending the front knee, reaching tall. Nice. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot, low lunge. Inhale, step back to plank pose, and exhale, take your vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up and back, and exhale, step it forward between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, up into high lunge, reaching tall, lifting through that back knee. Good. And on your next inhale, straighten the front leg, scoot the back leg in, and fold forward over that front leg for pyramid pose. Noticing now if you've warmed up a little bit more. And remembering to keep those hips square. Inhale and rise up to stand again. And we'll come into warrior 3. So you have a couple options with your hands here. You can leave your arms reaching out over your head, or you can bring them into prayer position at the center of your chest. And then scoot your back leg in a little bit more, shifting the weight into your front leg, and lift up the back leg, finding a balance. Leveling out your body, finding a point to look at to help your balance, and taking a slight bend in that standing leg so that you have a little bit more support there. Good. Keep the hips level here and try to lift up that back leg a little bit higher. And if you fall out of it, just pop right back in. And on your next exhale, lower your leg back down and find your high lunge once again, reaching the arms up tall. And then exhale and cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot, low lunge. Inhale, step back to plank, hands directly under your shoulders, and then exhale and take your vinyasa. Other side, lift your left leg up and back, and exhale, step it between your front hands, low lunge. Inhale, up into high lunge, reaching tall through the fingertips, lifting up through the hips and keeping that back knee straight, and making sure to keep the bend in your front leg. Inhale and straighten the front leg, scoot the back leg in a touch, and exhale, fold forward for pyramid. Keeping those hips square and seeing if you're a little bit more warmed up now, or maybe not. Just noticing and breathing. And then inhale and come all the way up to stance, and we'll find warrior 3 on this side. So again, your arms can stay up above your head in prayer at the center of your chest, or maybe this time you want to reach your arms back behind you. Either way, shift your weight into your standing leg and your front foot. Lift up the leg in the back and find a balance. Reaching through your head and your back foot and seeing if you can lift up that back leg any bit more. Finding a spot to stare at to help your balance. And try to level out those hips. It's very easy in this pose to want to open them up to try to help get that leg higher, but keep them level. And then exhale and lower your leg back down, finding high lunge once again, reaching up tall through those fingertips. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot, low lunge. Inhale, step back to plank pose. And then exhale, take your vinyasa, meeting me in downward facing dog. And then on your next exhale in downward dog, drop the knees and find a child's pose. Letting your body relax. Taking nice deep breaths here. And take a deep breath in. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. And exhale into pigeon pose. So bringing your right knee to your right wrist. Inhaling and reaching tall through the spine here. And then exhale and walk your hands forward. Folding over that front leg. Taking nice deep breaths in this pose. And seeing if on your exhale you can find a little bit more space. And then inhale and walk your hands back towards your body, lifting your chest up. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. And exhale into pigeon pose for the left side. Again, reaching the spine long and tall, opening the chest here, and then folding forward on an exhale. Walking the arms out long. Or maybe resting your head on your forearms. Breathing deeply. And finding a little more space and length. And then inhale and walk your hands back towards your body, lifting up again. And exhale into downward facing dog. Last down dog of the day. Let's take any last movements there. Really pinching those shoulder blades together. And on an exhale, come and find a comfortable seat. Take a breath in here, reaching that spine long. And exhale, twist to the right. Pulling the right shoulder back, pushing that left shoulder forward to find a little bit deeper of a twist. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Pushing the right shoulder forward and pulling the left shoulder back. Inhaling to find length in the spine. And exhaling a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. And then we'll come into butterfly, so pressing the soles of the feet together. Inhaling and lifting that spine long. And sending your feet a little bit of love. Maybe give a little foot massage here. Your feet do a lot for you every day. Give them some gratitude and attention. And then on an exhale, fold forward. Walking the arms out, dropping the head, letting the neck relax. And then inhale and walk the hands back up. And exhale, roll yourself down onto your back. Let's find happy baby. So bringing the knees into the chest and reaching to grab the inside or the outside of the feet. Pulling those feet down, the knees towards your armpits. Maybe extending one leg and then the other, or rocking side to side. And then release that, letting the feet back down. Inhale the knees into the chest. And then exhale, drop them to the right for a supine twist. Reaching the left arm out long and looking over the left shoulder. Taking nice deep breaths here. Inhale the knees back to center, and exhale, drop them over to the left, reaching your right arm out long, looking over those right fingertips. And then inhale the knees back to center. Give them a nice big hug. And then exhale and release everything down to the mat for Shavasana. Snuggling your shoulder blades underneath you. Spreading your legs and your arms out wide. Finding the most comfortable position. Releasing any last tension you might be holding in your muscles. And letting it all go. Begin to deepen your breathing. Bring tiny movements into your fingers and toes. Begin to come back into this room. As you feel ready, roll over into one side. And then push yourself up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. One more deep breath in and exhale it all out. Bring your hands in prayer to the center of your chest, repeating that intention you set once more. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.